Okay, this is going to be a fun video. I'm just kind of updating everything. I sold a bunch of gear, just made a few changes, got some new software, got the Slate mics. You know, they're awesome. I just can't believe that dude figured out how to make that like that. That was crazy. Anyway, so we're going to go over some of this software. I guess we'll just start at the beginning. Well, you know, let's start with this A-B thing. Okay. So I got turned on to this. It's called Metric A-B. And I use reference tracks on like a separate track, but this is a little bit different. So basically you've got your track. So here I've got On and On, one of my songs, playing. Goes on and on, on and on. Right, and then if I hear B, if I go B, then I'm going to hear this other song, which is another one of mine. And the reason I'm using these is because for licensing, I can't. If I put popular music on there, YouTube hates me. So here is then Cage. Right, and they run off the transport. And what you can do is you can start to move, like you can start playing it. So we'll start playing here, and it's going to play On and Cage, and then you can do match to match it, and it'll match it basically volume-wise. So goes on and on, on and on. All I can say it's not been 30 years. Out you here, smelled it, all it's here. So this is cool, and what it does is it's got different functions. There's obviously different ways that you can use the transport. I've just got it set for sync. You can set it for loops and get crazy, but it's not for me. This is good. And then you've got, so I'll run you through a few of them. There's playback, there's spectrum, there's correlation, there's stereo imaging, dynamics, and loudness. So the blue would be like my mix, and then this would be the orange would be then Cage, which is the load in, and you can load in multiple songs. So let's just do a second of this. Anyway, I'm not... In certain ways, I haven't got to the point where I'm really totally 100% sure how useful this is. It is cool. I guess you can see. I have a ref... Well, you know what? No, actually, I take it back. This is useful, and I'll tell you why. Oh, right, because... Okay, I'm trying to correlate what's going on here. I haven't tried it in a mix session yet. Let's do two things really quick, because you know me, you know my videos raw. We just do this stuff for real, yo. So I don't know, does it import into this is that test folder. It's Slate and Me. What a weird name. We're gonna take and put a song in here, load a song, and we'll just load in Survivor. It's a new song I just did for
an artist, and there it is. Now let's see, does that actually go into the folder? Oh, audio yesterday. On and On went on in there. Maybe it's loading in. I don't see it though. Now that's so weird that On and On would go in. Huh. Oh, right, you can show dual. That's so weird. Okay, so I guess this is low. I did load audio. I don't see it in the folder though, in the audio bin for the song. This is what we just did. Wait a second, where am I? Oh no, shoot. Hold on. See, you know, you guys are kind of watching me duke this out. I don't know. I like that. I think it's cool. Yeah, now it's not loading in, but definitely. Oh no! Wait! I'm sorry. On and On didn't load in because that's in the session here. No, so AB metric AB does not store the songs in the session. That's cool. And supposedly you can just drag a bunch of them in there. So let's take, okay, yeah, no. Right, right. Around the World in 30 Days is in AB. Okay, so this makes sense. So if I was to come here to music, sweet music. The finger. Manic depression. We'll go James Lugo. We'll just grab. No, let's grab Beautiful Distraction. That's a record. Okay, so here's a bunch of songs, right? So now we're going to see how this works. We're going to go and we're going to open this up. And supposedly, you can grab a multitude of songs. So let's just grab whatever. And go like this. And then I guess from there. Oh, wow, look at that. Dude, that's cool, man. And it's just reading them. This is going to be cool. So now if I wanted to go back and forth between with Falling Down a Hole, I then would go, how would I do this? I guess you can do it from either play. Why is the display different? I'm confused now because now I'm not seeing the function that shows to make the volumes the same. It was here. I don't know why it's now left the building. What was it called? Hold on. Oh, I'm in Spectrum. Okay. I see. Okay. It's match. I got it. Okay, so then you play it. Now you'll see that I've got On and On down in volume, and then obviously Falling Down a Hole is up in volume, so you can see that.
I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I've been.
All right, this is cool. This is cool, and that's why that looks like that. So you can set for Spectrum, you can set dual.
A myriad of visions of a life lived in sin. Needle in the haystack, moving down your vein. Disguised as a fretful life, will be there till the end. You know what to do.
So this is cool, man. I like this. You know, I like this better in a way than what I have because I have reference tracks that I have set up, and I just pull them in and I just link to Source Audio. And it's got like 25 songs, and it's everything from AC/DC to Nickelback to Britney Spears to Martina McBride to Slipknot, all kinds of John Mayer. But it's like it's always those same few songs, and this is going to be so great. So this I got, and I after I bought it, I messed with it. I was like, I don't know about this. I just spent whatever $60 on it, but that's cool. So there's Metric AB. Look at that. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna kill this. We don't want any of that. We're gonna kill that too. Now we're gonna move on. I climb mountains. So I've been messing with. There's that acapella again. This acapella too is just literally an acapella. It wasn't singing to a track, so I don't even know what's going on. So I've been messing with like. So I got rid of. Basically, right now what I've got is I've got 2 of the Slate mics, and I've got an SM7 with a cloud lifter. I've never been the biggest fan of an SM7, but with the cloud lifter, I do like it. Sorry about that. Okay. So this is the. Well, we'll kill all this. This is just the raw. This is the SM7 with the cloud lifter. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I. And then this is the Slate with VMR. Man, I love this 800M. This is probably my favorite kind of. I love that. I love that microphone in this thing. I mean, if that's all I got out of this, it's worth it. And then here's the VMS. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. Yeah, let me set up the old dreaded S1 here, which for some reason every now and then Yukon just like you have to redo something with it. Oh, wait a second, it's there. Let me remove it and we'll reinstantiate this. There you go. Give me a second, because you can do the muting. It's like my three things I use S1 for. One is to do this kind of stuff, like where I can mute across, and the other is to ride vocals and ride echoes on vocals, and that's really basically the deal, man. Okay, good. Now we're cooking with grease. So you'll see here. You'll see Slate's on now because it's not muted. I tucked it in like a dB. I think it's a little louder. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today. And they're 2 different performances. They're both a cappella and they're not in time. So I chopped up the one to kind of line it up. Anyway, there you go. So remember, Slate is here. So we're on Slate, and then we'll go back and forth a few times. So again, this is Slate. Going through an API 512, nothing else, with now this Neve and these things are not really running. It may have a little bit on this, but nothing really. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart beating a new way, and that's why we're all gathered today. And then SM7. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart. Yeah, they're both cool. Okay, so, yeah, the BMS system is great. And what I did was, and I'll make another video of that, because I'll demonstrate how I did it. But I did the 2 of them, nose to nose XY, and put the software on, panned it. It sounded incredible. And And now I bought once I like the one, I'm like, I want to get a second one. You know, I do drums here once a year, so we'll have freaking overheads, but mostly for acoustic, because I do like that, especially on songs where the acoustic is like a lot of this country stuff. Like you want that acoustic big. So anyway, all right, so check it out. Soothe 2. So here's the vocal. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do a little soothe on it. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today. This thing is crazy, man. This is like DS or D harsher on steroids. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today. Got a little, maybe we'll get a little of that out. Right, this is, remember, no EQ. This is just kind of using this. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today. I don't want to take out too much of it, though. I kind of like it. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart. Just, I can't believe that I just got turned on to this. I just can't believe it. And I tried the other ones too. They're all good. There's one called Rezo. There's another one at PEQ3 or something that people like. I didn't like the way that one functioned personally. Rezo was cool. This one though is definitely more me. So there it is. So it's like kind of like, I guess, a dynamic EQ, multi-band compressor, de-esser. Very good. Sounds great, man. It literally, you can't even hear it hardly. It's just great. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around. Take it off. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around. It's just great. All right, now let's check. Oh yeah. So I got turned on to some other IK stuff, and I'm kind of a little bit of, I work with IK on some things, so I went for it, and I got the full T-Rax thing, which originally it was for this. This is how it started. I was looking for I was looking at those Ocean Way rooms, and they were cool. I don't know. I didn't like the way some of that stuff. It was cool, but my buddy Dave Tuff said, "Oh, you got to check out this one," and I did, and I really liked it. So now I have it. This is great. But what it did was it got me, my friend who's a rep over there, he's like, "Oh yeah, you got to check out the Distressor. Really nice." So here's the Distressor with a little smooth. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it. And now with the Distressor. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around. It sounds like a Distressor, right? We got two of them over here. It's incredible, man. How these guys do this with ones and zeros. It's like there's voodoo in there. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart beating a new way, and that's why we're all gathered today. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it. That's just incredible, man. I'm going to use the heck out of this thing. The other thing I got, all right, we'll move on to this next thing, and then we'll back around. There was something with Slate. What was it? Slate Digital. Oh, right. Like I realized, I don't know what it was. It was like, the Murda melodies came out, and the Metatune. Metatune is nice, which I have the subscription, so I had them all, and they were cool. But then I just went through all the Slate plugins, and I got to the Fresh Air. And this thing, I've never used this before. What's wrong with me? This thing is awesome. I'll kill it, right? Dude, this thing is great. Now, I use something like this on my mix template, which is called Revival, which is also Slate. It's in the VMR thing, the virtual mix rack. This thing is amazing, and I just check it out. It's just like it's a little bit like the Mag EQ, but it's got its own. It's very cool, very cool. So this is called Fresh Air from Slate. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart. Yeah, it's really nice, you know, and it's the top end's got a little like to it, which is really nice for especially pop and rock. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart beating a new way, and that's why we're all gathered today. And that's really no EQ. That's just the SM7 with these 3 plugins, you know. I mean, yeah, that's just great. Anyway, all right. So anyway, then we'll do a little of this. Then I started like messing around with my different plates, and I was messing around with this, which I had, and the small room is nice on this. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart beating a new way. Well, yeah, it's nice. And that's kind of what landed me going down. And then I think I did a Valhalla room. This is going to be more, this is a bigger room. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart. Now we'll go to EMT. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today. Yeah, they're both nice, different. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today. Yeah, they're both really nice. All right, so now let's go to this guy. This is cool, man. This thing is cool. I haven't really fully messed with it. I mean, I spent 20 minutes on it and was like, all right, this is going to be cool. I think I like it better sometimes if you don't feed it too much. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. Well, I climb mountains. That's just money. What is that? That's plate 2. That's just gorgeous. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today. Wow. So that's what's that, right? Now the other thing that's really nice. You know, IK Multimedia has come a long way. One thing that was weird about them, and I talked to my buddy, and he knew it too, you know, their interface was sometimes like back in the day, and what he told me was the reason that, because everything was really small on the IK, like I used to have their old Symphony, like the symphonic thing, and it'd be like, you'd hit this little drop down, it would give you this thing with like, you know, string arrangement. It would be like, everything would be this big. I'm like, dude, I'm freaking blind, and I'm sitting in the dark, right? But he said that the reason that some of those were like that is because IK was old, and the computer screens were at lower resolutions when they first coded all that stuff. But they have long since abandoned that. I mean, Amplitude 5 just kills. And this dude, my friend, just mixed or just released his single. I don't want to say it because I don't know if he wants me to say it, but if you want, you can hit me up. I'll let you know. It's instrumental rock. It almost reminds me of like Stanley Clarke or like, you know, Jean-Luc Ponty or like Al Di Meola. Really good. And all the guitars are like the acoustic guitars are acoustic guitars, but the electric guitars are, I think, almost all, if not all, Amplitude 5, and they sound great. All right, and then also the other thing I have that I haven't really used is I bought an Eventide H9 Max, which is the pedal. I had 2 of them, and I sold them. wasn't my thing. But because I had them, I had a free code, or you know, like a free license for the plug-in version. So I installed them, and these are really cool. Like, here's their shimmer verb. I'm putting this right on the track. Maybe you shouldn't. I'll kill the sunset. Well, I climb mountains. It's not really the way to do shimmer verb, but micro pitch, right? Well, I climb mountains. Crazy. Let's see. Here's like the H3000 micro pitch, which really the way to do this would be to run this on a stereo aux, so you could get left and right, you know, up and down. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart. Yeah, this Eventide stuff is great. I mean, this is so the sound of rock, pop and rock. Here's this little rotary. Let's get me in the Leslie. Well, I climb mountains. Enough of that. Sorry about that. This just got to get weird. All right. Well, anyway, yeah. Hey, let's put the undulator on. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. So wrong. All right. Anyway, that's really cool. All right, now I'm gonna look through a few things here. We're gonna talk, man. It's a little coffee talk. What was I messing with? I was making sure I opened up everything. I was making sure everything was working. That's great. Yeah, there's all the IK. Oh man, dude. I have everything, and I took everything out of my thing that I don't have. So we'll tape back up. Well, I climb mountains. Oh. Musty, like somebody needs a shower. Okay. Oh, the ozone imager is great. I got the update too for the vocal synth. Let's put a little vocal synth on it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you me as a robot. Okay. Who's feeling that? Joey Sturgis. So I got this whole deal here. I got the Joey Sturgis JST vocal production suite, right? Which has like the Billy thing, which yeah, I gotta mess with it. I haven't really I just messed with it. Everything's working, it's cool, but it is very intense. It's extremely bright, and I have a feeling that I just don't have it together. There's not a lot to this, though, is there? It's pretty much a knob. Why is it so intense? Thanks. Well, I climb mountains just to be here. I'm not sure about this plugin, to be totally honest with you. Really, the best thing about this whole thing with this dude is this gain reduction plugin. This thing, which I already had. Yeah, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole right now. But then it also has the Howard Benson vocals, which is his full. It's kind of like the way Slate does it. He's got all his stuff here. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. I got to be careful though. This really raises the volume of everything. Yeah. Well, it's way intense. Okay. All right, I'm not going to go down that route. Kilohertz. These are really nice. These came with the Slate thing. I was like checking them out. Liquid Sonic, massive. Messy. What is this? VT3, that just showed up. Okay, yeah, I got a bunch of... That's old school. That was some of the best stuff back in the day. Yeah. Oak Sound Soothe, too. There's that ADSR, or ADPTR. The other thing I got was this. No, shoot. I keep doing it this way. I didn't get it here. This dang subsynth is... I wanted to buy it from Plugin Alliance, and I spaced, and I ended up buying it from UAD. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart beating a new way, and that's why we're all gathered today. Well, I'm here. Should put that on with that vocal synth, right? Yeah, and you know what else I found? I went through. I like when I redid my waves. I had to go up. They free upgraded me from platinum, which I've had for probably close to 20 years, to the diamond, and I got all these plugins. I don't even use them. But I started looking up subharmonic generators, and there's Submarine, and I have it. Is anybody else just like realize they have stuff they didn't even know? Well, I climb mountains just to be here today. Yeah. So I got that subsynth other one, but yeah, they're all good. Whatever. Yeah, there's all that stuff. Virtual mix rack, tape machine, all the soft tube stuff. You know what's great in this for guitars is that 5 and 8K on that are really nice. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today. That's such a great EQ. Yeah, well, I was messing around with micro pitch shift on this, just going through them. The little plate is really nice. And again, now I'm putting it right on the thing. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. Nice sounding plate. Slate. You know, this I already all had. Oh, hello. Yeah, I've been using this span a little bit, you know. Well, I've been on this kick the last like year of like analyzing stuff as far as looking at it, because you know, just trying to learn new things. And yeah, so yeah, there you go. That's pretty much what's happening. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys some of the stuff. I'll put back on that. This is the sunset. You know what we'll do? We'll open up here. We'll open up all these guys. And we'll kind of go back and forth. So remember, you know what I'll do? I'll turn it out of pre-fader metering. So you'll see here, you see these two tracks. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll do it like this. There you go. Look at that. Yeah. I'll do them all. Yeah, there you go. Jumbo. Okay, so there you go. So here we go. So you'll see now. So this is SM7 here, and then here's Slate. I'll toggle a little bit. Probably pretty similar. Added a little fresh air. Yeah, that's it. We'll get rid of span. And a little bit of that. They've got a little of that sunset. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart beating a new way, and that's why we're all gathered today. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart beating a new way, and that's why we're all gathered today. Well, I climb mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I kind of like the Telefunken. The Telefunken is a little like more elegant, a little scoopy mid, a little more cuddly wuddly, a little more refined. I don't know. There's something kind of sexy and pretty about it.
Well, I climb mountains just to be here today.
And the Neve is a little bit more like.
Well, I climb mountains just to be here today.
It's definitely more masculine, so check it out. So, Neve.
Well, I climb mountains just to be here today. And I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart beating a new way.
And then, Telefunken.
Well, I climb mountains just to be here today. And I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart beating a new way. And that's why we're all gathered today. Well, I'm here with you to say.
All right, there you go. So that's where I'm at, man. It's the busiest it's been since Hollywood. It's good though, and I'm staying steady with work. I'm working every day. Some days I'm putting in my, kind of 3 to 4 hour, 5 hour. And some days are like 12. So mixing like crazy, producing, writing. I mean, it's everything right now. Teaching. So it's good. I'm working with a lot of really inspiring people too, which always, it makes it cool. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe.